guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have another card for you guys today. All I can say is I hope that the card that I'm getting ready to do turns out as good as the card I designed, because it's watercoloring and I want the colors to match. I just am in love with this card. I just absolutely love the colors. I hope you guys can see that. It's kind of hard for me now that I film on my iPhone. I'm not too sure what you guys can see. The phone is actually above my head, so it's really hard for me to see, but I'm hoping I'm getting that in frame. So I'll show you what I used for my re-inkers. I used Mary Merlot, Cajun Craze, and crushed curry. Yeah, crushed curry. So I already have them in my little paint tray there. I have a glass of water, and I'm using our water painters. And then I'm using the Love of Leaves stamp set. We're not actually even going to use any of the images, just for the sentiment, and then we're using the dies. And then I have a piece of watercolor paper. And then I embossed this piece of Daffodil Delight, crushed curry, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And I used the greenery embossing folder. So this is 2 of the minis. You get 2. But I used this one, and how I did it was I just lined the paper up right in the center, kind of like that. Kind of evened it up on each side, like that, and then I just ran it through my embossing folder, or embossing machine. Okay, let me move this stuff out of our way. And then I have a piece of designer series paper that I used from the Plaid Tiding 6x6. And it's probably going to be after the 4th. So you guys should probably already be able to order these supplies that I'm using. And so our watercolor paper, this is a new one that's never been opened. So it is, I think you get 10 sheets in there. They're 5 by 7. So that's what this is. And then my base is crushed curry. That is 4 1/4 by 11. And I scored it at 5 1/2. Okay, let's move that out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and lay down a paper towel just because I'm trying not to ruin my work surface. And I'm really hoping I can get these colors the same way that I got them. And then I also used our spritzers, and I put a little bit of the Champagne Mist shimmer paint. My gosh, I'm losing my mind. I can't think of what I wanted to say. And then I put a little bit of alcohol in here and a couple of drops of that shimmer paint. And I'll show you that. We'll do that at the end. So the first thing I did, and I'm really hoping I can get this again, I just put water all over my paper. And then I started out with the crushed curry, and I just kind of go over it everywhere. And then I went in with some Daffodil Delight, because you want the colors to be everywhere, not just in one spot. And then the Mary Merlot, I'm actually going to add a little bit of water to, because I feel like it was just so dark. So let me clean my brush again. And this is a very dark color. The Mary Merlot is a very dark color. But I'm just going to now kind of put that randomly all over there. And then I'm just going to, this is basically what I did when I made the other card. I just covered all my edges. And this is watercolor paper, so we don't have to be too careful with it on the saturation of the water. I'm just going to go in just with a little bit more, just to darken things up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab just a little bit more of that Mary Merlot and kind of water it down. And then I'm just going to clean my brush. And then I'm just going to go in with some water and just move that water all around. Okay, because I don't want it to be too dark. Okay, now I'm going to dry this with my heat tool. I'll start off drying it and then I'll speed the video up so it won't take forever. Okay, and as I'm drying it, I'm gonna stop because I do want to get a little bit more orangey colors in there. So I'm gonna just put in a couple of spots and then go back in with the Cajun Craze. It was looking a little bit too pink. And then I'm gonna grab some more of my yellow. Okay. Okay, now I think I'm gonna be happy with that. So let's dry it, because it'll get a bit lighter as I dry it. Okay, there goes my heat tool. Let me move all of this out of my way now. I'm just going to slide that up so I don't hit it. And let me bring in my Big Shot. Hopefully by the time this video goes live, I will have already ordered my new Big Shot. Demonstrators can start ordering that on the 4th. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use both the dies because I want it to be stitched. And then let's put this one right there. We'll pop these out. Those are just so pretty, just like that. But I want you to look. I mean, they're very pretty, just the way that they are. I hope you guys can see these. I have to stand on my tippy toes to see what you guys are seeing. Okay. But what a difference it makes when you add that shimmer paint. And I'm just gonna fold this paper over. Let me clean up my mess here. I'm just gonna fold over this paper, and I'm just gonna shake that up just a little bit. And then just give them a nice sprucing. And then I'm just gonna set them off to the side for a minute to dry. And we will stamp our sentiments. And I'm just gonna use basic black for that. And I have a strip that is about 3/4 of an inch. I think I need to change my blade and my trimmer. And then I'm just gonna use basic black for the ink. And then let's just stamp that right all the way to the end. And then I'm just gonna trim it a little bit and then use the tailored tack punch to banner my end. And then let's start putting it together. Hopefully the other paint will be dry here in a minute. If not, we can turn the heat tool back on. Okay, let's go ahead and put some Stampin' Seal Plus on the back because it's been embossed. And just center that. And then we're going to put some just regular Stampin' Seal on our DSP. This stuff is very strong. Put it right in the center. Let's see how our flowers are holding up. Okay, I'm going to have to dry them with the heat tool. And it fell on the floor, so hold on a second, guys. Okay. sake of time, we're going to say they're dry enough. Let me grab some dimensionals. I absolutely love this card. I love the way that the leaves turned out, that shimmer paint. Oh my gosh. It just added that extra oomph. And then I'm going to put some of the mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the sentiment to really pop it up. Okay, so now what I ended up doing was cutting the end off of the stem because I don't really need it sticking out that much. I'm going to kind of position that right there and then position this one. This one turned out, I think, a little bit more orangey. I didn't have quite as much pink in it. If you can see in this one that had more like a little subtle pink in the middle. But that's the thing with watercoloring. You're never going to get the same look twice. And when I started designing this card, I honestly had like early espresso and Mary Merlot colors in mind, like a dark, in the Cajun Craze, like a dark color. And that Mary Merlot, it just kind of lightened it up. And this DSP I absolutely love, and I have been wanting to use it. I think I might have put this over too far. I'm gonna have to move that. I put it over too far to the right. Hopefully it's not gonna rip my paper. My sentiment won't fit on there. Let's see. It's ripping it. Shoot. Okay. Let's put it over about right there. But I had more dark. Oh, I did rip it right there. Shoot. And there's no way to hide that. Let's see if maybe, there we go. Let's just kind of move that down a little bit. But yeah, I had darker colors absolutely in mind. And totally went in an opposite direction of what I thought in my head this card was going to turn out to be like. I really thought it was going to be a darker colored card, but I was so happy because I really like that plaid paper and I've been really wanting to use it, and this is just seems like it's the perfect design for it. Okay, and then we're just going to put this right in the middle like that. Okay, can't tell too bad that I ripped my paper, but there you guys go. That is my card for today. Please make sure that you hit the like button. That really helps me. And if you haven't, please subscribe, and then you can hit the little bell notification so you'll get notifications every time I post a video, and I upload videos every Monday and Thursday. Thanks, guys.